All right, so let's try this again. I'm sorry the audio didn't work on the video the first time I did the map, but hopefully maybe you were able to still look at it and see and figure out what you were to write down. So make sure you have colored pencils with you. We also, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to label the countries, and then we're going to go through and we're going to color. We're going to shade in the ones that are allied countries. We're going to shade in the Axis countries. We're also going to shade in neutral countries, and then there's another set of countries we're going to shade in, and these are going to be the countries that were occupied by the Axis powers. So get your colored pencils ready, and here we go. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to come in and label some of these countries. You need to make sure you have yours labeled as well. Some of these are too small for me to write on the board, the entire name of the country, so I am going to number them. You'll need to do the same thing unless you have room to write the name of the country on your map, which you might have more room to do it than I do on the board. So let's start over here. Let's start right here. This is Ireland. So I'm just going to number a few of these. Okay? And then we'll go back and label them. All right, so let's start labeling. So number one is Ireland. Number two is Northern Ireland. 3, you should know, that's Great Britain. 4 is Denmark. 5 is the Netherlands. 6 is Belgium. All right, so let's go on with things that we know. You know that this is France, but I need for you to draw in a border here. So you should remember from last class, or when we did our walkabout, that there was Vichy France, and then there was still Free France, okay? And so basically, this northern part here, this is France, and this is going to be Vichy France, okay? Okay, we have Spain, and this is Portugal. Okay. All right. So we're going to continue on and number some more. Well, let's just go right here. This is Germany. Okay. Let's see here. This is Poland. Start 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That should be good. So let's get those labeled. All right, so 7 is going to be East Prussia. 8 is Lithuania. 9 is Latvia. 10 is not Denmark, I'm sorry. 10 is Estonia. Okay, and then 11 right here, this is going to be Switzerland. Okay? All right, so let's come up north here. This is Norway. We have Sweden right here in the middle. And this is Finland. Okay? This is the Soviet Union, all of this area here. There's another border that I need for you to draw in here. Okay? And what you're going to do is you're going to come down here, right about right here. Okay? It kind of comes around like this, comes up to this battle, jump over the battle, and it kind of goes about like that, okay? You need to label this line. This is as far as the Germans were able to advance into the Soviet Union, okay? So this is as far as Germans advanced. or you can say it's as far as they got. They couldn't get any further into the Soviet Union. So remember that there is a whole other rest off the map. There's the rest of the Soviet Union, okay? So this is this line right here. This is as far as the Germans were able to occupy the Soviet Union, okay? All right, so let's come back down into some of our countries here. This, we'll label this 12. This will be 13, 14, okay? All right. So 12, 13, and 14. 12 is Austria. 13 is Hungary. Oh, I'm sorry, I made a mistake. All right, hang on. So 13 is not Hungary. 13 is Czechoslovakia. Sorry about that. It's Czechoslovakia. Whoops. Okay, 14 is Hungary. So we have Romania. This is Bulgaria. Right here is Yugoslavia. Jump across the water here, Italy. You guys should all remember that one now. Okay? All right. So we're going to come in and number some more countries here. This is going to be 15, 16. This is going to be 17. Okay? 18, 19. This is 20. Okay? All right. Oops. All right, so 15 is going to be Albania. 16 is Greece. 17 is Cyprus. 18 is Lebanon. 19 is Palestine. And 20 is going to be Transjordan. All right, we're not quite done labeling countries yet. This is Turkey. Beneath that is Syria. Okay, and now we're going to jump over into Africa. We have Egypt right here. This is Libya. This tiny country right here is Tunisia. Tunisia. We have Algeria. This is French Monaco. I'm sorry, French Morocco, not Monaco. And this right here is Spanish Morocco, okay? All right. Okay, that should take care of all of our countries. So now let's go in and shade some of our nations here, who our alliances are. So with the key, come down here, let's make our Axis countries red. All right. Okay, so as I was going through and shading in our countries here, I realized that I left off a country. We left off Luxembourg, okay? So it's a teeny tiny little country right here, okay? This is Luxembourg. So we're going to name that, we're going to label it 21, and you can just abbreviate it, Luxembourg, okay? It is also going to be shaded in red, okay? Just like Germany is shaded in here as well, okay? All right, so include East Prussia with this as well. They also were part of the Axis nations, okay? All right, so let's go back now and shade in our allied countries. I want you to use green for this, okay? So your allied countries are going to be green. Okay, so all of our green countries here, these all represent our allied nations, okay? All right, so the next ones that we're going to come in and do, we are going to do our neutral nations, and we're going to shade them in as being yellow, okay? So make sure you fix your key down at the bottom. We're going to have our our neutral nations as yellow, okay? All right, so all of this area that's shaded in yellow, these represent our neutral nations. Our next group of countries we're going to shade in are going to be countries that were occupied by the Axis nations. So we're going to make these a blue color, okay? And basically all of the other countries that are here on our map, that's going to be what you shade in blue, okay? So your map should look just like mine here in a minute after we're done with this one, okay? All right, so that covers all of our countries and who was an ally, who was an Axis nation, who is a neutral country, and who is occupied. So we now have 4 very important battles that we need to go in and add. So let's start with El Alamein. It's down here in Egypt. We're going to shade this a blue color. Okay, it happened right here. So right where that little starburst is, shade that in so that you know that that's El Alamein. Okay. All right, the Battle of the Bulge is next. I'm going to shade that one purple. I'm going to come over here to Belgium. All right, and it's where that little starburst is. Shade that in purple, okay, so that you know that that's where that battle occurred. All right, probably one of the most popular battles that occurred during World War II, the battle at Normandy, okay, when the forces landed on Omaha Beach and this part of France. It's right here. Go ahead and shade that in orange, okay? Okay. All right, I forgot to move your key down here. So Battle of the Bulge is purple, okay? All right, and that leaves us with Stalingrad. I'm going to use that kind of magenta color, shade that in, and that's going to be this one right here. Very important battle, okay, Stalingrad. All right, so this completes your map. You should have everything that you need there. If you don't, you're welcome to rewind it and watch this again, or you can always look at my mapping class as well, all right? Okay, so hopefully the sound works on it this time, and you have a beautiful map just like mine. All right, see you next class.